What's going on, Giants fans? Before we get into this Giants versus Bears preview, look, it didn't work in week 3. I'm going to be honest with you. We said if you liked the video, we'd beat the Dallas Cowboys. It didn't work, but it worked in week 1 and it worked in week 2, and I like our chances this week. So if you want to go 3-1, if you want to beat the Chicago Bears, all you got to do right now is hit that thumbs up icon underneath the video, like this video right now. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. In today's show, we're going to go through my Giants versus Bears Week 4 preview. It's crazy. We're already in Week 4 of the NFL season. It is truly, truly flying by. We're going to go through the Giants injury report, the Bears injury report, and 5 keys to victory that I have for the New York Giants for them to get to 3-1 on the season going into Week 5. Game's going to be this upcoming Sunday, October 2nd. It's already October. That's crazy. It's my birthday month. The season's flying by. I already know I freaking said that. The Giants, they are 3.5-point favorites, and the total over-under is 39 points. If you want to bet on this game, do it with our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use the promo code CHAT125 for a 125% deposit bonus. I think it's important to look at the first 3 games for the Chicago Bears. They beat the 49ers in week 1, 19-10. They lost to the Green Bay Packers on Sunday Night Football, 27-10. And then they beat the Houston Texans, 23-20. So they're 2-1, just like the New York Football Giants. One of these teams will be in 3-1, or maybe both of them will be 2-1-1 after the game coming up this Sunday. Let's take a look now at the Giants injury report coming out of practice on Wednesday afternoon. These are guys that did not participate in Wednesday's practice. Cor'Dale Flott did not participate, dealing with that calf injury that he sustained. Nick McCloud, he's dealing with the hamstring injury. Wan'Dale Robinson is dealing with that knee injury. And Kadarius Toney still dealing with that hamstring. Jihad Ward is dealing with a knee injury now. And Leonard Williams is also dealing with an injury. Justin Lane and Aaron Robinson were also on the injury report, but they were limited participants. I'm expecting Aaron Robinson to be back this week following missing 2 games due to that appendectomy procedure that he underwent. Here's the Bears injury report. David Montgomery dealing with that ankle injury. Bears coach Matt Eberflus said he was day-to-day, but I spoke with our Bears Now insider, and he said he doesn't think Montgomery is going to play. Byron Pringle, he's not going to play. Velus Jones, Ryan Griffin, Jalen Johnson, I was told is questionable. Dane Cruikshank, Matthew Adams, and Roquan Smith are all on the injury report. The Bears are beat up just like the Giants, so it's going to be a good game this Sunday, no doubt about it. I'll ask you guys this question. Is this a must-win football game for the Giants this Sunday? Is this a must-win ball game? Do the Giants have to win this game? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I think it's a must-win game if you have playoff aspirations. You go 3-1, because look, then you got the Packers, then you got the Ravens. Those are going to be really 2 tough games. Is this a must-win football game? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let's go through my keys to victory. How can the New York Giants beat the Chicago Bears? I think the biggest thing and the easiest way to make that happen is get pressure on Justin Fields, the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. He has not been good so far this season, but the offensive line for the Chicago Bears has been worse, and it might be worse than the New York Football Giants. Justin Fields has been sacked 10 times on 55 passing attempts. He's thrown the ball or dropped back to pass 55 times, and he's been sacked 10 of those times. Wink Martindale, you obviously didn't watch the preview last week. I said the keys to victory was to get pressure on Cooper Rush, and you would win the football game. We didn't do that, and we didn't win. I'm saying it again. If you get pressure on Justin Fields, he will fold and you will win the football game because he will turn the football over. He's already done it 4 times this year. He's thrown 4 interceptions and completed just 51% of his passes for 297 yards and 2 touchdowns. If you put pressure on Justin Fields, he will fold like a lawn chair, and the Giants will win the football game. Make Justin Fields beat you. Stack the box, play man-to-man press coverage on the outside, get after the quarterback, make him deliver tight window throws, keep a spy on him because he can run. One of the most electrifying quarterbacks when he decides to tuck and run it. We know he has that ability. But if all you can do is win outside the pocket and win with your legs, you can't win in the NFL consistently. Force him into long third downs. Get pressure on him and make Justin Fields beat you with his arm. Justin Fields throws for 4 touchdowns because you were blitzing, you were bringing pressure, leaving your DBs in one-on-ones in the back end. They deserve to win. Take away their strength. Do not let them beat you with the ground game. Make them beat you with Justin Fields. Also, sub for Giants dubs. Hit that big red button. Subscribe to Giants Now because it's just math, guys. The more subscribers we pick up on the week, the more likely we're going to win the football game. We're trying to get to 14,000 subs on the channel. We're about 500 away. I want to get there by game day. So if you love the Giants and you're looking for a one-stop shop on YouTube that posts videos every single day, 7 videos a week, 2 live streams a week, subscribe, let's ride, lock us in, hit that big red button. Just like you got to get pressure on Justin Fields, you have to protect Daniel Jones because you didn't do that in week 3. He was pressured 25 times. Imagine being pressured on 25 throws in an NFL game. That's inexcusable. It's not acceptable. And part of the blame is on these guys up front. Honestly, a good chunk of the blame is these guys up front. Ben Bredesen, John Feliciano, Mark Lewinsky, and Evan Neal all have to be better. They gave up 25 pressures to Dallas. And Daniel Jones has been sacked 13 times this season. That is the 3rd most of any quarterback so far this season. If you give Daniel Jones time to throw, he will make some plays. I know he's not the biggest gamer. I know he's not the guy that's always going to deliver. I know he's not a guy that's always going to make the big plays. But he has that potential. And he's played, I would say, solid so far this year. 64% completion percentage, that's good. 560 yards through 3 games, a little bit low. 3 touchdowns through 3 games, and he has 2 interceptions. One of those was absolutely brutal in week 1, looking for Saquon Barkley in the end zone. Should have never made that pass. The second one was on the last play of week 3 against the Dallas Cowboys. He threw a timing route, a bang 8 post route to David Sills, and Sills fell down. Not Daniel Jones' fault. He has played good enough for the Giants to be 3-0, but they're not. They're 2-1. He has to play good enough for the Giants to win the football game this week. Protect him, and I really do think the Giants can win this ball game. I'll ask you, though, who do you got winning this game? Which team do you have coming out 3-1 after Sunday's grudge match? Type CHI if you're rolling with the Chicago Bears, or if you think the New York Football Giants are going to win and get to 3-1, type NYG in the comments right now. This might be the biggest key of them all. Feed Saquon Barkley. Get him the football at any opportunity you can do so. Because 1, he's back. 2, he's really back. And 3, the Chicago Bears run defense is cheeks. They have allowed 157 yards allowed per game, which is the 3rd most in the NFL. They are allowing 157 rushing yards per game, the 3rd most in the NFL. You have to feed Saquon Barkley. He has to be the focal point of this offense's attack come Sunday. Get him the ball in the run game. Get him the ball in the pass game. Just let Saquon Barkley go to work because he's done that through 3 weeks of the season so far. 55 carries, 317 rushing yards, 6.0 yards per carry. He's averaging over 100 yards per contest. He's averaging over 6 yards per carry. He has 2 rushing touchdowns, and he's been a factor in the receiving game. 13 receptions for 91 yards. You have to find a way to get Saquon Barkley the ball. I'd like to see 25 total touches for Saquon. That includes rushes and receptions. Get this guy the ball. Let him work. He's a superstar, probably the only superstar outside of Andrew Thomas we have on this offense. Feed Saquon Barkley. Feed Saquon Barkley. You want to win the football game? Feed Saquon Barkley. Let's show Saquon some love, though, because a lot of people, even me, we flirted with the idea that the Giants should trade him in the offseason. But I want everyone that ever hated on Saquon, that ever said anything bad about him, you have a chance right now to right your wrongs. Type 26 in the comments section. Show Saquon Barkley some love. Because a lot of people, they sold their Saquon Barkley stock after last season. I held on to some shares, and now I'm cashing in big. Type 26 in the comments. Let's let Saquon feel the love from the real ones over at Giants Now. Another big key. The wide receivers have to step up. Because in week 1, week 2, and week 3, they have not stepped up, and they have let Daniel Jones down time and time again. And when you look at this depth chart, you see a lot of people that are hurt. Sterling Shepard, hurt, out for the season. Kadarius Toney, hurt, didn't practice on Wednesday. Wan'Dale Robinson, hurt, didn't practice on Wednesday. So you got 4 healthy guys. And Kenny Golladay, Richie James, David Sills, and Darius Slayton. Not a good wide receiver core. And this next graphic is just terrible. The fact that Richie James is the leading wide receiver, the leading healthy wide receiver for the New York Giants after 3 games, it's a joke. 14 receptions for 146 yards. I don't mean to disrespect Richie James. He's played well. He's played above expectation. He's come in and controlled what he can control. But he cannot be your best wide receiver in the NFL if you want to be a high-powered offense. Some of the Giants' offense is not right now. David Sills, 5 receptions for 57 yards. Kenny Golladay is cheeks. 2 receptions for 22 yards. And Wan'Dale Robinson, who hasn't played in 11 quarters. Wan'Dale Robinson hasn't played in 11 quarters. And he's 4th on the Giants with 1 reception for 5 yards. One of these guys has to step up Sunday. Who's it going to be? I don't know. Somebody just got to step the heck up, or the Giants aren't going to be looking too good on offense yet again. I want to give a shout out to today's sportsbook partner, BetUS. When you go to chatsports.com/bet and use this promo code chat125, they're going to hook you guys up with a 125% deposit bonus. Put $100 into your account when you go to chatsports.com/bet and use that promo code chat125. They're going to give you a free $125. Bet on the Giants. They're 3.5-point favorites. I like them to win. I like them to cover. I'm 2-1 on betting on the Giants this year. I'm looking to get to 3-1. I'm betting on the Giants to win. Do the same. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code chat125. Just like we have to feed Saquon Barkley, the Chicago Bears are going to run the football. And you have to stop the run this week if you want to win the football game. You have to stop the run. You didn't do that last week against the Dallas Cowboys, and that's why you lost. You also got tore up by Cooper Rush. But these are the rushing leaders for the Chicago Bears. They run the ball a whole lot. 33 carries for Khalil Herbert, 35 carries for David Montgomery, and 27 carries for Justin Fields. They will use him as a running back. Look, Dallas last week rushed for 176 yards against the New York Giants. You let the Chicago Bears run for 176, you're not going to win the game. Khalil Herbert's probably going to get the nod as the lead back. Sounds like Montgomery's still dealing with that lower leg injury. He's questionable. Our Bears Now host said that he's not expected to play, but I'm not going to rule it out. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. But you have to stop the run if you want to beat the Chicago Bears come this Sunday. Alert to all the real ones. You know what we do every single preview, but we only do it at the end of the show because that's when the real ones stay locked in till the end of the video. Predict the score. Giants, Bears. Predict the score. You got to predict the winner. If you are the first person to predict the winner and the correct score without editing your comment, without multiple comments, without any of that shiesty shit, don't be weird. This is a deal for the real ones. I know the real ones don't do the weird stuff. So the first person to predict the score with the correct winner, I will personally Venmo you $25. So get active right now in the comments. Predict the score down below.